Welcome back, everyone. Very good morning to all present in the class. Warm wishes. And we are now starting one of the most important and the hottest model of Spring framework, which happens to be Spring Data JPA. To understand Spring Data JPA in a better way, what are the prerequisites? Strong Java plus Spring Core plus Hibernate. Okay, this is the prerequisite to understand this model. Now, guys, single responsibility principle says that for every table, you may have to write the separate repository class. What do you mean by that? Suppose, guys, in your application, it's a bigger application. There are multiple tables. We have one table here called as customer table. Of course, practice is very important. Customer table. Then we have a product table. Then we have a sales history table, right? Are you all getting it? Then we have address table. Then we have admin table. It's a bigger application. All the information you are maintaining in different tables. Now coming to the repository layer, we follow the layered approach development. We have web layer, we have service layer, we have repository layer. And coming to the repository layer, you'll be writing one class here. Class for customer table implementation. Of course, if you use JDBC template, the code size will reduce, but still you have to write something. Guys, irrespective of whether it is a customer table, product table, sales table, address table, admin table, doesn't matter. Whatever logic of repository you are writing, at the end of the day, it is all about CRUD only, or CRUD, inserting the data, updating the data, retrieving the data, deleting the data. Are you all there with me? Don't you think it is the same code? Now, if the application is bigger, that has 100 tables, relational databases, 100 tables you have. So how many repository layer classes you're writing? 100 classes. And of course, if you follow the strategy design pattern, directly 100 classes you'll not write. You'll write the interfaces, code to interface, and those many classes. If there are 50 tables, 50 classes. And in all those 50 classes, don't you think it is only the same part? Inserting the data, retrieving the data, updating the data, deleting the data. Nothing apart from that, right? Usually. Inserting a new record, updating that record, adding some extra information or deleting some information. It's all comes to the CRUD only. Everyone, are you all there? So to simplify this entire repository layer, we have three main layers here. One is web layer, one is controller layer, business layer. Web layer, business layer, and the repository layer. Spring Data JPA says this repository logic we will give you. We will implement. You need not to worry on this. You focus on the other part. That means the entire database DB operation code logic building as a developer, you need not to take care. On behalf of you, Spring will take care. That's when Spring Data JPA comes into picture. Spring Data JPA means Java Persistence API, earlier known as Java X Persistence API and now known as Jakarta Persistence. And one of the implementation is Hibernate. So JPA is the specification. One of the implement for this specification is Hibernate. And we have something called as Spring Data JPA. Spring Data JPA. Now, We are not using the Hibernate directly. We are using Spring Data's API. Behind the scene, Spring Data's API uses Hibernate, and Hibernate behind the scene uses JDBC. So at the end of the day, for a Java-based application to get connected to database, it is JDBC only. But directly are not going to use. We are using Data's API. Data's API uses Hibernate. Hibernate internally uses JDBC, and applications are getting connected to the database. Fine, every one of you? The hierarchy here. Now, guys, then how? The question is, if the entire layer of repository, the implementation, if it is taken care by Spring Framework, how Spring Framework will know that what is your requirement? How Spring will know that you are working with customer table, sales table, product table, access table? How Spring will know? It's not a robot. It's not in some intelligence where it itself, by looking at our fingers while typing it from the keyboard, some magic, it will take all what is going on in your mind and then it will only do something. Are you all getting what I'm trying to say? At least there should be some mechanism, right, wherein we are talking to Spring Framework that, look, give the implementation for the DAO layer, however, based on my need, based on my requirement. Right now, I'm working. I want you to give the implementation for customer table. I want you to give the implementation for product table, employee table, salary table. How is what we're using something called as interfaces. Through interfaces, don't you think, guys, we specify the requirement, what needs to be done? That is one of the use case of interface, a major use case of interface, that you specify what you want. Someone else will give the implementation. Do you agree? So now, not giving any logic implementation for repository means repository implementation, who will give according to me? Spring will give. That implementation Spring will give only if you specify what needs to be done. And what is a better way to specify what needs to be implemented? Which concepts comes into picture in Java? Interface. So writing nothing means in the repository layer, you have to write the interface and you have to specify what needs to be done, what you have to do. Spring will take care of that implementation. Is that fine, everyone? How to tell? You have to create the interface and implement any of these popular predefined interfaces. Three interfaces comes into picture in the DataJPA. Number one happens to be CRUD repository. Number two happens to be paging and sorting. Paging and sorting repository for the pagination part. Number three happens to be the JPA repository. For all three, the final parent is one empty marker interface, which is a repository. Parent of all of them is repository. All these are the interfaces. So what you have to do is, you have to write your own interface, and that interface has to extend any of these interfaces. What is the significance if it is extending CRUD? We will see. What benefit we will get if we are extending paging and sorting? We will see. And what are the benefits on JPA? We will see to it. And also we can do a lot of customization. What is that? Again, we will see. Finally, after this, we will explore one more interface from the family of Spring Data, not the JPA, only from the Spring Data, which is Mongo repository. Mongo repository, it is also an interface. And for this, it is for the NoSQL database, especially for the MongoDB database. And as a developer, you should not say that I know only SQL databases. You cannot say that in the interview. So we will explore in the entire journey. We have already explored MySQL and H2 database. I will explore MySQL and PostgreSQL. And here I will explore MongoDB. So for the next 10 classes, we are going to explore these three databases and connect our application using the Spring Data JPA. And you'll be having complete idea on that. Is that fine, everyone? Yes, no, maybe. Can we proceed further, dear friends, if all of you may permit me? Yes, no, maybe. I have to go first to my Spring initializer. I will refresh this. It's a Maven project, Java, latest version I'm using. I'm reminding again and again. I will say here com dot telesco. The application number one, I will give it as Spring Data JPA 1. Spring Data JPA 1, jar 17. Right now, I want to use the features of Spring Framework, which is more than the basic, for which I'll say Data JPA. Guys, Spring Data JPA persists data in SQL stores with Java Persistence API using Spring Data and Hibernate. Directly, you're not dealing with Hibernate. Indirectly, you're using the Hibernate. And I'm going to use one database here called as MySQL. So MySQL driver is also I'm adding here. All right. So nothing apart from this is required. I will go back here. Maybe the base package, let it be com.telesco only. It's sufficient for me right now. I will say here, generate this project. The project will be generated. I'll open my IDE. I'll go back the project and what is the workspace which we are following here? This is YT, see YouTube. I would like to go here and open data part. Allow me till the time it gets added, guys. Okay. All of you are there with me? Yes, no, maybe something, some answers. All right. Hmm. It is open now. Great. Now the size complaint will not be there, right? Left hand side, right hand side, everything is looking great only. People who had the issue of the font size. Is this font enough or you want to increase further? Very good enough. I'll go to my downloads. I'll take my application, Spring Data JPA. I'll go back to the data. I will add that application. I will extract it. Right click, extract all. The project is extracted successfully. I'll go and import that project here. Import the existing Maven project from where I'll specify the location from where it has to import. Spring Data JPA number 1. I will say here finish. The project is imported. Fine, guys. Now I'll go to this data JPA part, pom.xml. I'll cross check if the required dependencies have been added. You can see data JPA and MySQL, both of them is added. All right. After which I'll go back to my resources, application.properties. I have to specify where is my database exactly present, for which I'll go to my previous application, open the application.properties. I will get it here. Not this, maybe. I'll go back. I'll say MySQL I'm using, right? I think this is the application where I've used MySQL. All right. I will get it here. Fine. All right. I'll go back here. Let me close it. I will get it here. Guys, my dear friends, whenever if you have database in the same system like this, you can write // no problem. If you don't want this, you can write by saying that localhost or IP address of the database. And then the port number. What is the port number for MySQL, guys? I guess 3306, right? Finishers is the database name. Like this also you can write, both of them are same. Both of them are same. Localhost, JDBC, MySQL :/ localhost :3306 and database name. Both of them are referring to same. If you want, you can write 3/ and like this IP address, if not localhost. All of them are referring to same. Is that fine, every one of you? Yes, no, maybe? Apart from this, if you could remember in the Hibernate also, we used to add some of the properties, which says that please create the table the moment you run the application. Right? Please generate the SQL queries. Right now, guys, in the Spring DataJPA part, we are not going to write the SQL query. First of all, what did I say, guys? Are we going to write the implementation for the DAO layer, first of all? Are we going to write the implementation for DAO layer? If you are not giving the implementation, is there any need of writing the SQL queries? So a few more properties I will add. These properties are optional. If you don't add, it will not create any problem. So let me add those properties here. Okay. Now, here if you say create, every time you run the application, it will create a new table based on the POSO which you have in your application, based on the entity class, model class. If you say update, it will update the existing table which is available in the database. Now, this is like, if you want to see the SQL queries which is generated behind the scene by Hibernate in your console. If you don't write this, SQL queries which is generated by Hibernate behind the scene, you cannot see in the console. That's it. If you don't see, will something happen to your application? No, right? So writing this is totally optional. I'm writing as a good practice that I want to check on my console what type of SQL queries are generating behind the scene. Only for that purpose. Is that clear to everyone? Yes, no, maybe. I will save this. Now, guys, I'll go back here. I will create one package, new package. I'll say dot entity. Again, I'll go here and say package for the repository layer. Entity. Hibernate, those who know. What is entity, guys? Entity class. What do you mean by entity class? It is a model class which is a representative of table in the database. Hibernate is ORM framework, Object Relational Mapping Framework. In JDBC, can you work with objects directly, guys? Or we are going to work with data? No, object is not possible. But if you go with the Hibernate, if you have watched the videos, tell me the answer. Can we work with objects? So whatever we do in our program with Java object, same reflection will happen in the table. Correct? Both of them refers to same in this case. Model can be a class which need not to be entity, could be entity. Entity is a class which is a representative of table in the database. So model can be entity and non-entity also. But entity is a class which is representing a table of the database. So whatever we do with the Java object in our application, that implementation, that impact will happen on the table. So if you follow the Hibernate behind the scene, are you going to work with table directly, guys? Or you're going to work with the Java class directly? Java class directly. We are not dealing with the table. Thank God you have watched the videos. Those who have not yet watched, tomorrow, Thursday to Sunday, we don't have classes. 4 days of time. Kindly complete the JDBC, Hibernate, JUnit, and the servlet videos. It's a humble request to all of you. Okay. Those who have not yet watched, you have a beautiful time of 4 days to complete those videos. Sufficient. Even if you have a festive season, 1-2 hour of time, if you could get it, then it will be a great deal. If not, consider that early morning tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you do have a class. If you are not in US, consider that you have a class and that timing of a class was the videos. Finish. All right, guys, I'll go here. What type of data you want to work with, guys? Could you please tell me? Can we work with first application alien? First application, I'll work with alien. Okay. Very first application. I will say here entity. Entity. What do you mean by entity, guys? I'm telling my Spring that this is a representative class of a table in the database. Yeah. If you want, you can add the table annotation. If you don't add, whatever is the class name based on that table will be created. Whatever is the class name based on that table will be created. I will say here private integer type of ID, private string type of name, private string type of city, string type of city. If you want, you can add the column name, column annotation. If you don't add the column annotation, whatever is the name of the fields based on that name, column will be created in that table. Fine. If you want, you can add, you can give the column name by using the column annotation. Those who know Hibernate, please do acknowledge. Now, how do we specify, guys, that it is a primary key? Which annotation you have to use? ID. Now, guys, ID entity column table. These annotations are coming from Spring Data JPA or Hibernate or Jakarta Persistence API, JPA. JPA. Now, this class, is it tightly coupled with, Spring Data JPA or Hibernate? Or it can, this again, if in future, if there is a need, you can change the underlying technology. You can use the MyBatis, you can use iBatis or Hibernate or the Data JPA. You are flexible. You are not tightly coupled with specific technology. Yeah, it's loosely coupled. JPA is a specification directly coming from the parent. I'll go back here and generate the setters and getters. I will generate. I will have one parameterized and zero parameterized constructor so that I can perform the settings easily by using the constructor. I'll have one parameterized constructor. I'll have one zero parameterized constructor. I have one zero parameterized constructor. I'll have two string method just to check if things are working fine by printing the reference variable. So in that case, it scores our part, guys. This is a representative of our table in our application. If I have to open the database, guys, just to show you, I'll refer the finishers table. Do we have tables apart from employee right now? Do we have any table, guys, apart from employees? No, we don't have. So I'll go back. Based on whatever information is there in the application.properties, it will create a new table. If you write here create, by chance, if there is a table by the name alien in your database, it will drop the table. It will delete that table and create a new table based on the entity class. Based on the entity class. Fine. Update means it will use the existing table if it is there. If it is not there, then it will create a new table. But create means it will create a new table irrespective of alien table is present in the finisher database or not. That's the case. Fine. Done. Now, guys, I'll go to my repository part. And I will create one interface. Guys, repository part, according to me, should we write the implementation? I interface alien repository. And here I will say extends. You implement any one of the predefined interfaces. I will say here CRUD repository. What type of data I'm working with, guys? Very, very important, guys. Directly you can extend here, or you have one more option. I'll delete this. From the ID only you can extend, and that is very easy. Repository, right click, create an interface. I will say alien repository. Add the interface. I will say here CRUD repository. I will say okay. What type of data you are working with? I'm working with alien type of data. And what is the primary key? Primary key data type is integer type. Alien type of data, integer type. Now guys, inside this CRUD repository, there are around some 12 methods. This is an interface. Interface class, interface cannot extend one more class. It is an interface. Inside this CRUD repository interface, around 12 methods are there. I will right click, open the declaration. Please count the methods, guys. Number 1, save. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think around 10 methods are present. 10 to 12 methods are present inside this interface. Inside this interface, 10. Now, guys, as per the concept of inheritance, the moment this interface says extends CRUD repository, all these methods came and sat here. Now, how many methods are there inside this alien repository, guys? How many methods are there? For the common 10 CRUD operations, Spring will give the implementation now. Spring framework will give the implementation. That too based on alien object, because I've specified the alien here. Now, what if I want to perform the operation other than the common 10 CRUD operations? I want to customize. While retrieving the data, I want to retrieve the data based on city. I want to retrieve the data based on some other information. What to do? That customization also can be done. There is something called as custom finder methods and custom query. Custom finder methods, custom query methods. I will discuss that going forward. Right now, let's stick to the predefined methods options which are available. Why integer part? Integer parts based on the ID, primary key data type. If the primary key data type is string, then it is string. If it is integer, long means long. Based on the primary key data type. If not, you can write serializable also. Both of that will work. Now, guys, writing the repository layer here is optional. If you want, you can write. If you don't want, you can ignore. If you want for the readability purpose, that, oh, this interface I have written for the repository logic, DAO logic, then okay, no problem. But if you don't write, will it create any problem? It will not create any problem. If I write, will it create any problem? No. If you write, good readability is there. If you don't write, no problem. It will not have any impact. Fine, guys. If all of them are present in the class. Apart from this, do we need to write anything in the DAO layer, guys? Do I need to write anything in the DAO layer? Nothing. Nothing you have to write. Are you all there? I'll go back here as normal, guys. I will get it. I will show you guys the layered approach development part. What I'm going to do right now is next application will start the layered approach development. Okay. Next application itself. I will create one runner, guys. Because the moment it is there, I want it to get executed. I'll say DataJPA runner. It should extend command line runner. Okay. Great. I will just say here, guys, whatever code I'm writing right now, is it a need of DataJPA part or it is my choice? Is it I'm writing because of DataJPA part? Is it because of the DataJPA part? Please don't have that confusion. This is my choice. If you don't write this, you can write from the main method itself. Okay, now all of you. I will go here and say private I alien repo type repository. I will ask for the implementation. I will ask for the dependency injection. It is a var args. Internally, it is getting called. Am I calling this run method, Daniel? No. It is a var args. That means any number of parameters you can pass. Any number of arguments which is of string type you can pass to this. Okay. Internally, it will be called by the run method of the main method of your Spring Boot application. Internally, that will be called. And it's like you can pass any number of string arguments. It is var args concept. Okay. Now, guys, I will say here repo dot save. If you want to store something, I'm saving the new alien type of data, new alien type of record. I will say number one. I will say here Rohan. Or before I do something, let me just run this application so that the table gets created. Right click, run as Java or Spring Boot application. Guys, kindly notice the SQL query, guys. Did I create, or on behalf of me, who created this SQL query? Hibernate created. You can see, because DataJPA uses Hibernate. I'll go back to my database. I'll refresh this. Do we have alien table here? See, it got created. Alien table got created. For this, did I write SQL query also? Nothing I have wrote. I will say here repository dot save. I will save one new alien data. I will say new alien and I will pass number one. I will say here Rohan. I will go and say here city is Bengaluru. I will just say this. Okay. I'll go back in application.properties. I will make changes to update. Update, if you don't do, then it will drop the table which was created. Every time you run the application, it will drop the existing alien table and create a new table. I don't want that to happen. Update means please use the existing table which got created. That's the meaning of update. I'll go back, guys, and run this application. I will say run this application. It is running the application. I want you to see the console, guys. This SQL query, who created, guys? Insert into who created? Hibernate. Did I write? First of all, did I even write the DAO layer, guys? The implementation for this, unlike in the last examples, nothing I have written. I've just specified what I want. I've specified what I want and I'm just using it directly. Did I give the body for save method? Did I give the body? Which is taking alien type of object, writing the query, performing the insertion, getting connected to database. Nothing, right? I'll go back to my database. Kindly check it. If I have to go here and run this again, guys, are we getting the data? Yes, no, maybe. If you want, you can check. I'll say system.out.println. I will say here repository dot get class dot get bean. Sorry, get name. I'll say dot get name. I will run this application once again, wherein I will save for 2. I will say here 2. And I will say here Rohit. I will say here Mumbai. I would like to save this and run this application once again. Java application. You can see query is getting created. But the most important part is, I want you to notice this also. Query is getting created. Are you getting the name of the class, guys? Proxy class at the runtime. One proxy class is getting created, which will give the implementation at the runtime. So as a developer of a Spring framework, if you are going to use with the Spring DataJPA, are you going to specify the requirement or are you going to write the implementation? Only requirement specification. Implementation, who will write, guys? At the runtime, one proxy class will take care of implementation of the DAO layer. Now, developer life, is it easy? Developer's life became so easy here. All of you present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Anyone and everyone in the class? Now, whatever part I have written here, guys, in JDBC runner, is it my requirement? Why select query? Internally, it is just checking if the data is there or not. Save method will check if already alien data is there. If it is there, then save method will do the update. If it is not there, then save method will add the existing data. So for the updation, for the insertion, both of that save method is only used. So only select query is getting called. Yes, P? It will first check if there is a data by this name. If it is there already, then it will update the data. If it is not there, it will add the new record. If all of you are okay with it. Yes, no, maybe. Name or ID. What is that name or ID, Anil Tripathi? It will use the ID. It will use the ID. But can we perform the searching you based on the name? Yes, there is something called as custom finder methods. I'll talk on that. Very important discussions are there, which is custom finder method. I will talk on that. Since ID is primary key, if we try to create again with the same ID, no, what happens? Same ID, if you want to create once again, then you can see here, I will add one more record with the same ID, guys, as per the demand of Suresh. I would like to go here, run as Java application. It will go for the updation. See, is it inserting a new data, guys? Have you got the insert query here? Have you got? Because that ID is already there. Fine. That is what I have told, right? Everyone in the class. Isn't it what I have told? No method means for update. Save is the only use for the update. But can we customize that? Yes, we can customize. There is no problem in that. You can customize. There is no problem in the customization. Can we now develop the layered approach development, guys? One application which follows multiple layers. I have one question. In the layered approach development, if I write service layer, is it based on my requirement or it is a demand of Spring Data JPA? Based on my requirement, not the demand of Spring. Service layer should have the code which is the actual purpose of the application. So other parts you're writing, everything is fine. But what is the actual purpose of your application defines in the service layer? Okay, now I'll go back here. I will take this. I will reuse this. I'll go back. I will reuse. Okay. Let me take this. I'll go back. DataJPA 2. One new project is getting created. It is getting created. Fine. This part will remain same, except, yeah, database also let's be same. There is no problem in this. Let's not change it. I'll go back. Our entity will change. I will delete this. I will work with some other type of data. Repository will change. I'll just keep the skeleton, guys. Rest of all, let's code it from the scratch. I will change this runner. Done. All right, guys. Can we start the first part is model, the entity class. I want to work with vaccine type of data. Okay. So that is my entity I have created. Suggest me the name of annotation which I have to use to represent the table. Entity. Added. I will say here private integer type of ID. Private string type of vaccine name. Private string type of vaccine company name. Private double type of vaccine cost or costing. I'll just write cost. Anything is fine. It's up to you. I will go here. I will add here ID. Can we auto generate the ID, guys? For which could you please suggest me the name of the annotation which we have used in the Hibernate? generated value, strategy equals to generation type dot one enum, which is auto for any database. It is to inform that at the time of insertion, adding a new record, automatically generate the ID. Every time I will not set, automatically generate the ID, auto increment part. Fine. I'll go and write the setters and getters. I'll generate first constructors. Let's have using the fields. Let's generate using the source. I will say using the super. Those who know Java and Spring Core, any difficulty are you facing, guys? So far, have you felt something is out of your bounds? No, right? Yeah. I'll go back here, guys. I will not write this because at the time of invocation, I need not to pass the ID because it is auto-generated. Great. Done. Apart from this, anything is required in this model, guys? In this POJO, anything else is required in this entity? No, nothing is required. All good here? Now, guys, in the repository layer, do we need to write any implementation in the repository layer of your application? I will specify the interface. I'll say vaccine repository. It should extend either of the interface. First interface which I'll explore is CRUD. After the holidays, we'll explore the paging and sorting, JPA, custom finder methods, custom query methods, and Mongo repository. And by chance, in this next 4 days, if you get any time from any of the source of your own choice, can you watch some 30 minutes to 1 hour lecture on MongoDB, guys? Not full mastery level, 30 minutes to 1 hour of lecture of any choice of your own choice. Any random inky ponky donkey YouTube channel. For 40 minutes you watch, sufficient. Or 30 minutes you watch, not more than that. You pick up any video, watch for 30-40 minutes, understand the funda of MongoDB, finish. I'll go to the CRUD. I will say okay. I will say here okay. What type of data, guys? What is the entity name which we are working with? And what is the data type of primary key in the entity which we have specified? Integer. Apart from this, anything else in the repository layer? Apart from this, anything else in the repository layer? Now I'll go and create one service layer to implement the layered approach development. We have 3 layers: service, web layer, repository layer. Repository layer development is over, no? Apart from this, anything else in the repository layer? Development is over. I'll go and develop my service layer. Actual purpose of the application. Dot service. The actual purpose of the application. I'll just refresh it. I'll go back here. I will first create the interface, code to interface. I'll say vaccine service. What all you want to do with this application? Please specify the requirement, guys. What is the business purpose? I want to register a new vaccine. I want to search vaccine by ID. I want to search all vaccines. I want to search how many vaccines are there in my table. And I want whether the vaccine is there or not. Some of the operations I want to perform. Okay. Not all. We will see going forward for the other application. To start with, I will say here public string type of register vaccine information. I will accept vaccine type of data. Okay. Vaccine type of data I will accept here. I'll go back to this and I will specify this. Now, after which I will perform the, what do you say? Registering the multiple vaccines at a time. I'll go here. It is just the requirement, guys. What I'm planning to do, I will say here, register multiple vaccine info. multiple vaccine information. So multiple means who is the parent of all the classes in collection hierarchy, guys? Who is the parent of all the classes in collection hierarchy? Is it not iterable? If I go with iterable, can I use any of the 7 classes of collection? Can I use any of the 7 classes of collection? Yes, no? I will accept that is also a return type. Any of the, I have a privilege to use, so that is good to go with. There's a one more requirement. Let's do this requirement and then see others. I'll go for the implementation. I will create a class. I'll say vaccine service. Vaccine service implementation it is. I'm going to implement with an interface called as vaccine service. My dear friends, just to remind you, everyone in the class, just to remind you part. We are learning which module, guys? Which module we are learning? DataJPA. For the DataJPA, Spring will give the implementation, right? For the repository layer. We are just exploring the methods which are there. Apart from this, is there anything else you have to take care? In the layered approach development, if you're following DataJPA, the repository DAO layer, your task is over, right? Whatever I'm writing in the service layer, is it a demand of DataJPA? It is developer's choice to follow the layered approach development. Is it because DataJPA module we are learning, or it is because recommendation of layered approach development? Recommendation of layered approach development, not related to DataJPA. Is that clear? Everyone in the class? For this service layer implementation class, could you please tell me the recommended stereotype annotation which I have to use? Response in the chat, guys. Service. Thank you so much for your response. I'll go back here. I will say private. Vaccine repository type repo. Good to go with the setter injection. I will create one setter here. Right click. I will say source, get one setter. I want to get one setter. Done. Could you please suggest me the recommended annotation I have to use for the dependence injection? Auto white. Thank you so much for your response in the chat. Matrix close, guys. Now I'm asking to give the implementation of this interface. Who will give the implementation? Spring will give. Spring only will perform the dependency injection. Understanding, my dear friends, how easy to develop the application, the Spring framework? Spring only will create a bean for this implementation. Spring only will perform the dependency injection. Nothing we have to take care. Now, guys, I will go and say repository.save method. Save method is also giving you, returning you. After adding the data into database, that same object from the database, it is giving you back. I will add the vaccine type of data. I will add the vaccine type of data which I'm receiving from my client. The return type is vaccine itself. I will collect it. Vaccine type of vaccine. I'm collecting the return type. Are you getting it? And whatever vaccine I'm getting here, it is developer which is adding, or it is coming back from the database, guys? It is coming back from the database. All of you agree on this? Now I will say here, return. I will give one string type of message because I have predefined that it should be string type. This type of styling, whatever I am writing here in this particular class, this style is developer's choice of coding. It is nowhere related to DataJPA. DataJPA part here itself it got over. I will say here, vaccine info registered with ID. I will say here, vaccine dot get ID. But At the time of adding the vaccine, the ID I have not specified, it is auto-generated. I'm getting it. Over. I'll go back here and write the implementation. I will say here repository dot, we have something called as save all. Any type of collection class you can specify, I will add it here. Core Java, if you know, only then you can understand, guys. Right now, the requirement of core Java is there. DataJPA part, nothing is there. Understanding the predefined methods, that's it. The remaining all lies in the core Java. I'll go back here. It is giving me the, see here, if I invoke this method, what is the return type, guys? The return type is iterable and whatever type of data you're adding. So that is the return type I have told here also. So what I'm going to do here is, I will not store back in my collection and do it. Directly only I will return. Whatever this method will give me, I will return to the caller of this method. My business logic is over. Anything else in my business logic, dear friends? Anything else? No. I'll go back to the main method class. I will collect the container because I don't want to use a runner every time. People are getting scared because of that runner. Right now, we don't have web layer, guys. Till we start the RESTful services, REST API development, I want you to consider this as the REST APIs, this as the web layer of your application. Okay, now main method consider as the web layer, unless and until we start the web module. Okay. Now I'll say here container dot get me a bean. Which bean I want? I want the bean of vaccine service dot class. I want this bean of vaccine service dot class. I would like to implement this. I will consider it as a service. Let me go here and get the bean. Now, guys, I will say service dot register a new vaccine. I have to create a new vaccine here. If you want, you can create separately and add, or here itself you can create the vaccine and add. Both of them are same. I will pass the vaccine name, any vaccine name, guys. Vaccine company name. And vaccine costing, it is asking me. That's it. It is giving you string type of data. The string type of data, I will collect it here. What is the status? And I will print in the next line. I will say system.out.println status. All good, guys? Spelling is wrong. Let it be wrong only, no problem. Okay. I will go here, right click, run this application. Run as Java application. My dear friends, everyone kindly see. I want you to see the console first. Guys, table is getting created. Are you able to see? A new table is getting created. Then it is checking and then the insertion is happening. All of you. And finally, vaccine information registered with the ID number 1. I'll go back to my database. I will just refresh this. New table vaccine came. You can see we do have a data here available. Is it not so easy to work with the Spring framework? You will get to know more. I will develop n number of applications. I have done so far, and in your classes also I'll do the same, that 98% of the Spring framework I will teach you by writing the code. Unless and until there is a requirement to teach you theory. So far you have felt that from the day one, why Spring framework, I wrote the code and showed you. I didn't use the English words. That Spring framework is there to decouple the dependencies between the classes, loose coupling, nothing. I have written the code and showed you why the use, what is the use of Spring. Okay. Data saved by constructor injection, nothing as such. We are just creating, we are creating the vaccine object with this. There is nothing called as constructor injection here, Osama. Why? Where the concept of constructor injection here? We are just creating a new object of vaccine here. That's it. To create a new object of vaccine, I'm using constructor. You can use setter also. It is not injection. It is new vaccine object. Hey, Usama. Hey. See here? It is like a vaccine object, right? That vaccine object, if you want, you can add it here. Are you there? Yes, no, maybe. Anything else as dependency injection here? Done. Now, can we move ahead, guys? If you all may permit me, can I call one more method? For which I will create multiple vaccine objects predefined first hand. I'll say vaccine number one. I'll give it as what is the vaccines, guys? See, vaccines means I'm getting only COVID vaccines in my mind. There can be anything else also. Because employee student is very common, so I went with vaccine. That's it. Uh, polio. Who is the owner of polio? What is the name, guys, for polio? Which company owns polio? WHO. Okay. Okay. Let's create 3, 4 vaccines, guys. It will be great. Let's create 3 more. Polio is there, and then we have a COVID shield. COVID shield. It is given by whom, guys? AstraZeneca, I guess. AstraZeneca. I will add some pricing here. And Covaxin. Covaxin is Bharat Biotech, I guess. Bharat Biotech. Bharat Bio. And I'll give some pricing there. It's vaccine number 2, vaccine number 3. Okay. I'll go here. I will say service dot register multiple vaccines. Collection I have to add. I will create the collection here. Iterable type of vaccine. I will give the reference variable as vaccines. Any implementation class of collection, guys? Could you please help me with any of the implementation class of collection? New array list, linked list, array list. Anyone has any issues there, guys? Array list. I will go with vaccine. Done. Now I'm going to add it. I will say here vaccines dot add vaccines dot. I'll go back. All right. I will create the list only here so that I can call all the methods. I will import it. I will say vaccines dot add. I will add vaccine number 1. Or what you can do is this entire part, you can keep it here. Both of them are same, right? Osama, will you not get confused? I hope no. I will go back here so that we can write a better code, a more optimized code. That's it. I'll go here and add it here. I'll go here and add it here. Done. I will comment this part. It is not required. I'm creating a collection of vaccine objects, guys. Nothing apart from that. Now I'm adding into the vaccine. What is the return type of this method? The return type of this method, please see, guys. Dot register. What is the return type of this method? Collection only, right? I want to print. I want to print and check the data is added. Can I directly go with the Stream API for each method? Anyone has any problem in this line number 36? I hope no problem. If you know Java, no problem. Fine. If you don't want that, collect back in your collection, write the normal for each loop or iterable, and you can iterate over the entire values. But I'm directly going with this. I would like to go here, right click, run as Java Spring Boot application. Kindly notice here, guys. I want to see the SQL queries and all. See, insert. And the data is also added. The data I'm getting the address. Why? Because did I write toString method inside the vaccine, guys? If you write toString method, then you'll get the actual data. I'm printing the reference variable, no? And there is no toString method here. That's the reason. Okay, it's because of printing, not because of anything else. Okay, I'll go back. Now, I'll go back to my database. I will just run this. Do we have records available, guys? Yes, no, maybe. Anyone and everyone. I'll go back and specify few more requirement to my ID. Do I need to make any changes if I want to do any more operations inside this interface? No. I just have to go to my service. I will say whatever I want, I can do. All the common 10 to 12 operations I can perform. Yeah. I will say here public. Okay. I don't know what is the name of this method. I'll go here and check here. Repo dot. We have something called as count. What is the return type of count, guys? Long. And repo dot exist is also there. Exist by Boolean, true or false. Okay. I'll go back. I will specify that public long type of count is a method name is what I have specified. I'll say here vaccines count. I'll say vaccines count is a method name. After which I'll say public Boolean type of check vaccine availability. Spelling for availability, guys. Availability, I guess. Correct? By passing the vaccine ID. I'll say it is a type of ID. By passing the ID, I will check if vaccine is available or not. So can we give implementation for this, guys? I'll go here and give the implementation. I will say here repository dot count. That only I will return to the caller of this method. I will say return count. Done. Here I will just say repository dot exist by. See, guys, for this implementation, nothing I'm giving. True or false, it will give me the true or false. I will return to the caller of this method. My part is over. All of you, if you have any ambiguity or confusion, guys, any point you are getting confused, please note down the point and ask me the point of deviation. What is that one point which is creating issue in your mind so that I can help you in the doubt session. The best part about this batch is not 1.5 hours of teaching. The best part of this batch is every day you have a mentor after the class to talk with. Consider that is one of the privileges of this live batch. 5 days a week, I'm available to talk to you after every class. Yeah. But as of now, any issues here? Very simplified program. I'll go back to my layer and I have performed this insertion. All of that is fine. I will just check. I will say here service dot. I will check how many vaccines are there. Vaccines count. I will store inside a variable called as integer or long type of count. And I will just print system.out.println on your console. Right now we are using system.out.println. But in reality, we should deal with the JSON type of data in the Postman tool. Since we have not yet started the RESTful services, consider main method and console-based application. Once we start the web module or RESTful services, then I'll not be printing something in system.out.println. I'll be dealing with the JSON type of data. Okay. I will say here number of vaccines available. Number of vaccines available. I will just go here and say count. And if I have to just run this program, guys, right click, run as Java application. And you see here, everyone in the class. How many number of vaccines are there in your record, guys? That's 4. Is it giving me a desired results? Now I'll go back here. I will say service dot check availability. I will check if there is a vaccine available with the ID number 2. Is there any vaccine with the ID number 2? Can we check vaccine based on the price, based on the vaccine name, based on the vaccine company, price range? Answer is yes. How? There is something called as custom finder methods. I'll come to that point. I will say here maybe Boolean type of status. I will write some business logic here, my dear friends. I will say if in case, if the status is true, I will print system.out.println vaccine with ID. With ID, I'll do one thing here. I will say integer type of ID equals to 2, and I will give here as ID. Okay. Vaccine with ID plus ID plus I will say here is available. Is available. Else I will just print the same thing. It is not available, I will say. Okay. Else I will say is not available. Guys, right now ID number 2 is what I have given. Okay. I will give here ID. I will just go and run this. Right click, run as Java application. Kindly notice here, guys. Vaccine with the ID 2 is available. I will pass the ID as 5. Do we have any vaccine with the ID number 5, guys? Do you have any vaccine with the ID number 5? I will right click here and run this. What is that output I'm getting here? Kindly notice, guys. Vaccine with ID number 5 is not available. Is your application behaving correctly? Yes, no, maybe. All of you. Can we perform one more operation? I will perform here, which is fetching all the vaccines. I'll go back here to my iService. I will say here, public, public, public. Return type, let it be this, iterable, so that it can fetch. I will say here, get all. I will say here, get all. Whatever method name you want, you can give here. Vaccines info. Nothing apart from this. After which I'll go back to my service layer, the implementation part. I will just implement this method, add the unimplemented method. I'll go back here and you can see, guys, I'll say repository dot find all. Find all is there. Find all by multiple IDs. Find all by ID is also there. Find all, the return type is iterable. It is giving you collection of vaccines. That is what I'm returning to the caller of this method. My business logic is over. Okay, all of you. I'll go back here. I'll go and save this. The problem will be resolved. I'll save this. I'll go back to the main method. And guys, I will say here service dot fetch or get all vaccine information. Collection is what it is returning you. Option number 1, collection is what it is returning, right? Get it like this. And after getting like this, you write the for each method or iterable and you can do it. But what is the best way, guys? If you have watched my videos of Stream API, for each. Can I directly get it like this? If you have problem in like this, you can go and follow the traditional approach, use normal for each method or iterable method and you can do it. There is no problem in that. But I would like to go with this. It is more easier. I'll right click. You cannot down. If you want, you can do that. Again, you have to do the downcasting. Guys, all the finder methods of CRUD repository, the return type is iterable. Implementation class, you can write anything. Okay. Are you all getting this, guys? See? Are you all getting this? Everyone present in the class. All the vaccines information. Guys, we have performed so many operations here. I have one question to all of you. Did I give the implementation for any of this? Did I give the implementation for any of this? So can I summarize saying that for all the common CRUD operations, Spring only will take care. What if I want to retrieve the data based on my own requirement? I want to customize. I don't want to be dependent on this 10 predefined methods. Let me see how many total methods here. How will I get to know? I'll say here, guys, please count it. Repo dot, if I say, count is coming from CRUD. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total 10 methods, guys. Rest of all coming from object. So for all the 10 common operations, did I do something? Forget about this only common 10 operation. For your own customization also, Spring only will give the implementation. That's the power of Spring Data JPA. Next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's class, all of you will understand the real power of Spring Data JPA. This is just the start. If you have attended yesterday's class, if you know JDBS and Hibernate, don't you think it is simplifying the development of an application, guys? Yeah. Because as a developer, your main focus should be on the business logic of your application, the main purpose of the application, not on the CRUD operations. All the logic which is required for the CRUD operation, connecting to database, creating a queries, all of that, it's not your part. Spring will take care of it. You focus on the business logic, the real logic of your application, not on this logic of connecting database and performing the insertion, updation, retrieval, or any of the operation. Is that fine, everyone? Yes. So fundamentally, have you got theme of Spring Data JPA, guys? Theme of Spring Data JPA, have you got in your mind? How things works here? More on this, you will understand Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The next 5 classes, next week's 5 classes are the most crucial classes in this entire journey for your interview also. In the next 5 classes, I'm going to get in depth. Imagine only one class if you felt that you have understood this much of Spring Data JPA. If you attend 5 to 10 more classes on Spring Data JPA, you will have 100% confidence and clarity on the concept. Unless and until you say me that please end this part, let's understand the new module. I will keep on writing the applications on the Spring Data JPA so that all of you are so strong in this. And once we all feel comfortable that yes, now we know everything about Spring Data JPA, we need to move ahead for the web part. And then we shall discuss Spring Web and RESTful services. And during the RESTful services, I will discuss AOP, security, actuators, HTO, Spring Boot profiles, scopes, all those associated concepts. Fine. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be taking your 2 minutes of time. Then I'm open for your questions. Even if it is a silly question, please do ask me after 2 minutes of time. Okay. Spring Data JPA class 1. Data JPA application number 1. Data JPA application number 2. Guys, just to remind you, can we use this this framework for the automation testing purpose? No, Girish, you cannot. Kindly do practice, guys. Revise, practice, and write the code. One gentle reminder, no one can become developer by understanding the concept. If you want to become a developer, you have to write the code. Understanding the concept is one of the primary factor. 50% is there. I agree with you. But that is not the criteria which specifies you are a developer. If you want to be a developer, only one option is available with you. What is the only one option? The only one option which is available with you if you want to be a developer is to write the code. The more code you write, the better developer you are. And I want you to write the code. Write the code, write the code. Don't just copy paste. Getting the output is not the agenda. I am sharing the files. Most of them are directly importing it and running it. Oh, we are working. Getting the output is not the end goal here. Sometimes we may not get the output. It's not the end goal. Sometimes in your project, you might struggle 5-10 days to get the result for which you're developing some logic. It's not about the end goal. It's about development. You have to write the code. You have to hard code it. Only then you'll get the confidence. Even if it is basics, if you have understood, you felt it is very easy, I want you to write the code. Okay. I will give it Ganesh after the holidays. In Spring JDBC, I'm getting this error. Field data source is component data JDBC repository employee and required a bin type of data source that could not be found. Some dependency is missing, Saiji. It is not able to identify the Hikari CP implementation. Have you used auto-wide in the application.properties? Please follow everything which I have shown you. How soon these class sessions are uploaded? I mean, if you want to revise yesterday's or last session, 3 to 4 hours of time maximum, because it is automated process. Downloading from the Zoom cloud, and then rendering into our LMS platform. It is automated process and it will take minimum of 2 hours up to 4 hours maximum. But sometimes within 2 hours only it will be uploaded because it is automated process. Okay, sure, Usama. It is only because the implementation we are not giving no SP. Who is writing that class? Who is writing that class SP? Are we writing or Spring is writing? Spring. Then if Spring is writing the class, that repository annotation we have to write above that class, right? On the top of that class. So implementation in Spring is giving. The annotation also Spring only will write. Are you understanding? We will see that, Dipali. Okay. Here directly, if you're working with the DataJPA Hibernate, no, then you have to recreate the table. Existing table, if you want to modify, then you have to go to the MySQL workbench and use the alter command. How to alter? I have shown one video in the SQL videos. You can do that in that way. But using the object, you cannot do that. I have problem in output, no any error, but not showing output in yesterday's lecture. How is that possible? Some mistake you might have done. Open the files which I have shared and cross check each one and see if everything is there. I have faced issue in starting all the app with the configure, encouraging everyone. If error seen in Power XML, then Spring configuration doc, verify just name and the file name properly. Dalip has some suggestion to every one of you. Please read out. Hmm. How to handle joint table queries? We will see that, Deepali. Very important question that is. We will see it. We have custom queries option and also we have a concept of association. And Hibernate also have done that. Do one thing in Hibernate. I have already done that. Please watch the Hibernate video of association mapping videos. Okay. Have you watched already? Watch that videos of Hibernate. I will do in the Spring also. I have checked all the things from my side. Just send you the file on the LinkedIn. Sure, Osama. Let me just cross check. Any more questions, dear friends? Let me know if you have any more questions. Anyone has anyone to discuss? Anything? Okay, I have got one big error. Can we get service bean by calling the interface right? This will happen only if, yes, you can. You are right, SP, 100% right. If there is one implementation class, there is no ambiguity also, you can get also. Hey guys, we have an unofficial WhatsApp group. If anyone wants to join the link, hey, Akash, all this, don't create any problem there, okay? That's it. Hi sir, I'm receiving this error while running the app in Maven project from the Eclipse. Running the Maven project in Eclipse, I use JDK 1.8 exception main thread unprotected class Spring context class path compiled by recent versions. Uh, some problem in the Java part there. Okay, it's not something else. Some problem in the Java part. Install Java 17 Jav. And are you creating normal Spring project or it is a Spring Boot project first of all? Because the default Java version which Maven uses is Java 5. The default version of Maven project is always Java 5. You have to change it to other versions first of all. Sir, please, there should be a discussion group to discuss errors and stuff. We have a general group in Discord, Usama. People are responding there. You can post, people will respond you. In Spring Data JP also have JPA repository. So what is the difference between CRUD and JPA repository? Anil Tripathi, it's not just CRUD. I have already told you have not listened to me. For you, I am repeating. There are actually three interfaces there. One is CRUD repository, one is paging and sorting repository, and one is JPA repository. Did I use JPA repository yet? Did I even say that CRUD repository part is over? No, right? So I have to discuss more on CRUD repository part. I have to discuss paging and sorting. I have to discuss JPA repository part. And after discussing, then I will discuss what is the difference between these three interfaces. And it is interviewer's question. Okay. You can find the link of Discord group in any of the Telesco video, any of the Telesco YouTube video. You can find the link. There is something called a general Java group, where all the batch students are there. This batch and previous batch students are also part of that. People are discussing and you can have a discussions for anything about Spring job or anything. Okay. We have all the batch students there present inside that group. The link of the group you can find in every Telesco YouTube channel video. There is no separate batch. Earlier we used to create, but it once it created a big scene out of it because a few uh, fellows, after which we decided not to have a groups. From our end, unofficially you do whatever you want. I'm not bothered about it. Officially from our end, it created one big scene, which created a big problem, and we decided not to create this. Because official problem we had faced, and we don't want any more problems there. Okay. And not just that, my number was also there, and it so happened that so many texts. See, I have to deal with so many students. I'll open my LinkedIn and show you on an average, I get some 30-40 messages on LinkedIn regularly. And my WhatsApp number was leaked. I used to get some 15-20 messages. Example, 7 to 9 o'clock, I'm busy in the classes. Someone will text me at 7 o'clock. Please help me with this. I have not even seen that message. 7 to 9, I'm in class. 9 o'clock, the same guy replies that please do reply. Don't show attitude. What 90% of the people think is if they are free, the whole world is also free at that time. If they don't get the reply, they get mad. And I have seen that. I used to get messages night, day, used to get a lot of calls. And if I reply, it's a problem. If I don't reply, it was a problem. So then we decided not to have such things. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me in today's class. Next class is on Monday. Okay. After building the Java Maven project, I have done these steps. Maven clean, Maven clean 3, refresh project, check build path for Java versions and using the run configuration. Great. Dalip has a suggestion for those who are facing issues in the normal Spring project. Kindly follow that. Guys, for the next 4 days, there is no classes. I suggest you to revise the Java concept, revise the Spring core, and revise what we have done it and make it to the Monday's class. Okay. Let's start the serious development. We have to get into the application part. The more code we write in our classes, the more beneficial for us also, for every one of us. Okay. So thank you for joining me in today's class. We shall meet tomorrow, or not tomorrow, sorry, on Monday, next Monday, and continue the discussion of Spring Data JPA module exactly 7 a.m. Indian time. Thank you so much, guys, for being with me today. Thank you. Happy Deepavali, everyone. Happy Deepavali to all present in the class. Thank you, Dilip, for helping your community and your entire batchmate. On the occasion of Deepavali and Diwali, we have holiday, guys, and we will meet again on the Monday. Thank you so much, and happy Deepavali in advance. Thank you, every one of you. It's Diwali only. In South India, we just call Deepavali. Okay. Diwali and Deepavali, both of them are same. Thank you, everyone.